Hi, I'm Miriam Mortel, author of the book Lessons in Law of Attraction. So I wanted to discuss something interesting that came to me a little over a week ago, I would say, or about a week ago. It was so funny. So I always joke around that I get these downloads, these spiritual downloads, mental downloads, whatever you want to call them, like these epiphanies. Often when I'm doing something mindless, I'm at the sink washing my hands, washing dishes, whatever it was. So anyway, I was by the sink, and all of a sudden, because I was thinking about, the idea of consciousness states and, how whatever consciousness state we're in affects what we experience in life. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, and I feel like it was just something I was meant to share with everyone, is that this is probably what the phrase Mishane, Makom, Mishane, Mazel means. Change your place, change your luck. So for over a decade, I've heard this phrase. I've said this phrase. At times I've wanted to move to different areas because of this phrase, because I was like, oh, I could use better luck. I could use better circumstances in my life. And I think everyone has always thought about it as a physical place, right? In other words, if I move from this city to this city, my luck will be better if I move to this place. If I used to sleep in this bedroom, but now I sleep in this bedroom, or I change where I pray, or whatever it is, or if I feng shui my room, I don't know what feng shui is, but it's has to do with how you model where your furniture is arranged and whatever for a certain flow of energy. Anyway, not something I'm an expert in, but my point is this idea that somehow if you change your place, you change your luck. And then I realized, I was like, no, this phrase must mean, I'm not saying it's not also true for physical, I'm sure probably that has something to do with it too, but I was like, it's your mental place. It's where you're mentally dwelling. And when I understood that, I also started to understand better this idea of consciousness states, because I've been talking about how your thoughts create. Yes, your thoughts create. Your thoughts literally create your reality. Your general thoughts about how the world works, about who you are, who yourself is, what God, who and what God is, what the world is, creates, and specific thoughts. If you think, oh yeah, my neighbor's always in a bad mood, I have to be careful saying that. I don't want to create any neighbors being in a bad mood. But by the way, there's a wishy floating. Those little weed things floating over here, and I keep looking at it. So that's a good sign. So I'll mentally say my wish and let things. I'm allowed to be superstitious like that, but it was catching my eye. Oh, now it's floating away. And yeah, I'm filming these videos outside, so pardon the noise. I thought I'd try something new, and we'll see how this works, doing the outside filming versus the inside. I just thought, on the subject of Mishane, Makom, Mishane, Mazel, of change your place, change your luck, I was like, let me try filming outside. And then I'm like, God has a sense of humor because it's noisy. But my point is that when you change where you're dwelling, in other words, if you're mentally walking around in the state of, oh my God, if you're mentally, okay, let me restate that. If you're mentally walking around in the state of, oh my God, how am I going to pay this bill? It's so tough. I don't know what to do. I pray for money. It doesn't come. What am I do? How am I going to pay for this? That's the conscious state of a poor person. And so therefore, your mazel, your luck, is going to be reflective of that. But if you say, you know what, God's got this, you know what, my bank account is God's bank account, God's paying all my bills, somehow or another the money's showing up, I've got this, and then you have that confident mindset and you're feeling secure, then a situation literally has to occur that fits in with where you're mentally dwelling. So what I realized this phrase means is that if you're mentally, in other words, if you're trying to just affirm and say, oh yeah, good things happen to me and whatever it is, because you can say a positive affirmation from a bad state. You can say, I'm rich, but still feel poor. It's the state that you're feeling. It's where you're mentally dwelling. It's where the majority of your thoughts and feelings are. That's your dwelling state. That's going to determine what you would call your luck. It's your vibration, it's your energy, but it's what determines every single thing we experience. So, if you want to change your luck, you got to change your mental place. And when it came to me, I was going through some things, and I was not in the best mindset, despite all the stuff that I know. You know what? People who teach us stuff have bad days. And then it came to me, and I was like, you know what? I've been doing a lot of affirming, but I need to change where I'm at. And so I hope that's really helpful to you, and let me know what you think.